What if everything you've believed about the silo was only half the truth? What if the people we thought were villains are actually playing a much longer game? And what if the biggest shock of Season 3 wasn't Juliette's survival, but the impossible return of Bernard? Silo Season 3 Episode 4, Whatever You Do, Don't Go Home, is easily one of the strongest episodes of the season so far. It doesn't rely on non-stop action to keep you invested. Instead, it slowly builds tension, reveals major secrets, and leaves us with one of the biggest cliffhangers the series has ever delivered. The episode begins exactly where Episode 3 left us. Helen and Daniel arrive at Steve's apartment, hoping to find answers. Instead, they find complete destruction. The entire place has been torn apart. Drawers are emptied, furniture has been overturned, and it's obvious that someone wasn't simply searching for evidence, they were sending a message. At that moment, Helen realizes they can no longer trust anyone. If whoever is behind this conspiracy could reach Steve this quickly, then Daniel and Helen are probably next. Instead of contacting authorities, they disappear completely. Their hiding place is a luxurious penthouse owned by Palmer, Helen's former partner. It's an interesting choice because it immediately raises questions about trust. Can Palmer really be trusted? Or is he another piece on the board? Regardless, staying hidden becomes their only option. For the first time, the conspiracy feels much larger than one missing person. It feels organized. It feels powerful. And it feels like every move Daniel makes is already being watched. Daniel refuses to stop digging. His next destination is the Pentagon, where he hopes to trace the mysterious username Bigfoot Lives. This clue might seem small, but in a show like Silo, tiny details usually lead to massive discoveries. At the Pentagon, he meets Sam Ramsey. This scene immediately stands out because Sam doesn't act like someone protecting classified information. He acts like someone terrified. He's nervous. He's constantly looking over his shoulder. Every sentence feels carefully chosen, almost as if he's afraid someone is listening. That fear tells us something important. Sam already knows the truth. He also knows what happens to people who get too close to it. Instead of giving Daniel clear answers, the meeting only confirms that powerful forces are actively covering something up. Then the episode introduces another fascinating character. Henry, the mysterious white-haired fixer. Henry approaches Helen with what appears to be an incredible opportunity. A prestigious position at the Times. The best medical treatment available for Charlotte. Financial security. A better future. On paper, it sounds generous. But nothing about Henry feels generous. Every word sounds calculated. Every smile feels rehearsed. This isn't really a job offer. It's a warning disguised as kindness. Accept the deal. Stop asking questions. Walk away while you still can. That conversation changes the scale of the entire story. This isn't just about the silo anymore. There are powerful people outside willing to protect the truth at any cost. Back inside the silo, things become even more dangerous. Camille makes a ruthless decision. Juliette has to die. There's no negotiation. No hesitation. Juliette has become too dangerous because she inspires hope. History has shown us that oppressive systems fear hope more than weapons. Once people begin asking questions, control starts slipping away. Camille understands that. That's why eliminating Juliette becomes her highest priority. But this is where the episode gives us one of its biggest surprises. Amy completely steals the spotlight. Quiet characters often become the most important ones in Silo, and Amy proves exactly why. She secretly sedates Emerson before he can interfere. Then she reveals something absolutely shocking. For a long time, she has been replacing Juliette's memory suppressant medication. Think about what that means. This wasn't a spontaneous act of rebellion. Amy has been planning this for months, maybe even years. She risked execution every single day. If anyone discovered what she was doing, her life would be over. Yet she continued anyway. That level of courage completely changes how we see her character. Until now, Amy mostly stayed in the background. Now we understand she has been fighting the system quietly from within. Personally, I think Amy is the real hero of this episode. She doesn't seek attention. She doesn't make speeches. She simply does what needs to be done. Sometimes those are the bravest people of all. Meanwhile, Paul Billings continues proving why he's becoming one of the Silo's most important investigators. His latest discovery concerns Orla Kent. Everyone believed Orla died because of dangerous gas inside the mines. That explanation now falls apart. Billings uncovers evidence showing she was struck in the back of the head with a piece of rebar before her body was dumped. She wasn't the victim of an accident. She was murdered. That revelation completely changes the investigation. If someone killed Orla to silence her, then what exactly did she discover? Even more concerning is Carla's disappearance. She's still missing. The timing cannot be ignored. One witness dead. Another missing. That isn't coincidence. It suggests someone inside supply or mining is desperately protecting a dangerous secret. I have a feeling this storyline is only beginning. Whatever they're hiding could reshape everything we know about the Silo's leadership. Elsewhere, Lukas takes one of the biggest risks of his life. He meets with the fugitives and finally tells them the truth about cleaning. For generations, people believed that those sent outside died because the world remained poisoned. Lukas explains that's only part of the story. The beautiful green landscape visible through the cleaners' helmets isn't real. It's a computer-generated illusion. A carefully designed fake image. The purpose isn't to comfort the cleaners. It's to manipulate them. When they believe they've discovered paradise, they naturally clean the camera so everyone inside can see the beauty. In reality, they're simply helping maintain the system that controls them. It's one of the cruelest psychological tricks imaginable. The system doesn't force obedience through violence alone. It uses hope itself as a weapon. Not everyone accepts Lukas' explanation. Kennedy refuses to believe him. At first, that reaction can feel frustrating. As viewers, we've seen enough evidence to know Lukas is telling the truth. But honestly, Kennedy's response is completely believable. Imagine believing something your entire life. Every teacher, every parent, every authority figure, every historical record, all repeating the same story. Then one person suddenly tells you everything you've ever known is false. Most people wouldn't immediately accept that. They'd reject it. That's exactly what Kennedy does. And that makes the writing feel incredibly realistic. Then we come to Robert Sims. Without question, he's becoming one of the show's most fascinating characters. Officially, Robert tells Camille he'll eliminate Juliette, but his actions tell a very different story. In Pump Room 76, instead of finishing her, he appears to help her survive. That contradiction feels intentional. I don't believe Robert has suddenly become a hero. I think he's playing both sides. He's pretending to remain loyal while secretly preparing for whatever comes next. But why? The answer might be simple. His son. Throughout the season, we've seen moments suggesting Robert's greatest concern isn't power. It's family. He knows how the system destroys people. He knows what happens when children become tools of the regime. If protecting his son means betraying Bernard, or betraying Camille, I think Robert would do it. Another fascinating detail is Robert's personality. He's incredibly calm, almost emotionless. Some viewers interpret that as poor acting. I completely disagree. I think it's deliberate. Imagine surviving for years in a system where showing the wrong emotion could get you killed. Eventually you learn to hide everything. No anger, no excitement, no fear, nothing. If Robert has trained himself to suppress every visible reaction, then he's actually one of the most dangerous people in the silo. Because nobody, not even his allies, knows what he's truly thinking. Then comes the final scene, and everything changes. Juliette enters the mysterious digger void. It's dark, silent, abandoned, or so she thinks. Deep inside a hidden tent, she discovers someone impossible. Bernard. Alive, burned, scarred, weak, but unmistakably alive. For a moment, it almost doesn't feel real. After everything we've seen, Bernard's survival completely changes the direction of the season. Someone rescued him. Someone hid him. Someone has been keeping him alive this entire time. The biggest question now is, who? My leading theory is Robert Sims. The supposedly sealed area where Bernard disappeared never felt completely secure. It always seemed like there was another exit, another hidden path. If Robert secretly rescued Bernard while convincing everyone he was dead, it would explain his strange behavior throughout the episode. But that creates another mystery. Why save Bernard? Was Robert protecting the system? Or was he keeping Bernard alive because Bernard possesses information nobody else has? Either possibility opens countless new storylines. Now Juliette and Bernard are trapped in the same place. Former enemies. Both hunted. Both carrying pieces of the truth. Whether they like it or not, they may have to work together against a much larger enemy. And that's exactly why this ending works so well. Instead of simply shocking viewers, it completely reshapes the season. The alliances have changed. The stakes have grown. And the real battle may only just be beginning. If episode 4 is any indication, Silo Season 3 is building toward its most explosive chapter yet. But here's the biggest question for you. Do you think Robert Sims secretly saved Bernard? Or is there another hidden player pulling the strings behind the scenes? Share your theories in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next Silo recap and ending explained. Until next time, thanks for watching.